Yo, 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 yo. Going live again, second time today. Just wait a second for some of you guys to jump on, see the title, may be of interest, and then start talking about TM, Transcendental Meditation. Transcendental Meditation, brother. It's my joke. Transcendental, it's the way I say it. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay, so appreciate you guys jumping on. Hopefully this is of interest to you. Meditations, but specifically Transcendental Meditation. What I'm going to do is share with you my knowledge on it and what I've learned and what I've had to relearn and how I've had to, I'm going to share as well, if you guys are up for it, how I've had to, I'll go deep with this one and I'll tell you the absolute truth. Hi guys, hi Sarah, hi Jerry. I'll tell you the absolute truth about how I lost faith in Transcendental Meditation a lot. How I got into it last August. I was so excited. And I thought it was amazing and I got instant results. And then, like, 2 months afterwards, I started doing Vipassana. I went on a Vipassana meditation course. And then that made me lose faith in Transcendental Meditation big time. And the funny thing was, so yeah, let's start there. So, wasn't doing meditation for the longest time. I've been on off it for the longest time, even though I've been in physical health for 3 years now. I've not been doing any meditation. Then, by a series of synchronicities in August, I went to Isle of Wight on a 10-day camping trip in July, and I met a Transcendental teacher who let me stay in his orchard, his plum orchard. I got to pick some plums, and he was a Transcendental Meditation teacher. And that was kind of my first exposure, and he kept talking to me about it. Obviously, he's a TM coach. So he talked to me about how amazing it was. I didn't know nothing about it, apart from the fact David Lynch did it. Pretty cool. I thought, this Transcendental Meditation sounds mystical. I wonder how he does it. And he was the TM guy that was such a lovely man I got to stay with. He was so passionate about it. And at the same time, just before I went to the Isle of Wight trip, another synchronicity, I thought in my mind, I need to start getting back in meditation. I bought a book by a lady called Emily Fletcher, who's a brilliant meditation teacher who teaches something called, Emily Fletcher, I knew about her before, but I didn't, I went on the meditation Google and Amazon, and I found on the books things that she'd released a book. And I remember reading about Emily Fletcher, loving her videos before I was really into physical health. I was like, she's got a book now, this amazing lady, and I loved her videos before. So I bought her book, and I started to read it just before I went to Isle of Wight. So there's a synchronicity number one. I bought her book, it was called, I still got it, called Stress Less, Accomplish More. By the way, it's about TM. Her technique is TM, basically. She's got her own version, she calls it something else, but it's really Transcendental Meditation, is what she teaches. It's pretty cool. So I started reading her book before, went to Isle of Wight, Transcendental Meditation teachers, series of synchronicities, and finished. I was really excited after the Isle of Wight, and then I thought, I need to do this Transcendental Meditation. I don't want to bore you guys. And I got as soon as I got back, I thought I have to finish off the book, and I was really excited about finishing off the Emily Fletcher book, which is amazing. Highly recommend you check out Emily Fletcher's videos. I've got a book on Transcendental Meditation too. Holy shit, my book's amazing on Transcendental Meditation. Fucking amazing. It gives you all the amazing benefits, which I'll run through now, and why it's so powerful, and how at the moment I'm telling you how I lost faith in it, how I came to it at excited stage, and how I lost faith, and how I'm back on it, because I have a better understanding from losing faith of exactly what powerful thing we're dealing with. Honest to God, it's one of the most powerful physical health protocols ever. Like, forget about the fact it's a meditation. It's shocking how good it is, and I will get to that at some point. This might be quite a long one, just giving you out lots of free information. Crazy. I'm such a nice guy giving you out free information. Nah, it's just what I'm learning. So yeah, I lost faith. No, sorry, not before I lost faith. I got excited. I came back from Isle of Wight, TM teacher, synchronicity, reading Emily Fletcher's book, finished it off very quickly and very excited because Emily Fletcher's got a wonderful way. That woman is amazing. Still now, she's got an amazing way of explaining Transcendental Meditation. She doesn't call it that, but it is. She's got an amazing way of explaining it. And I love her even now for her passion and getting me into it. And her book, I highly recommend you read mine, and I recommend you read hers too. Very powerful. So yeah, after that I was like, how'd you do this? Experimented very quickly, within days of coming back from the Isle of Wight. This was last August. And I was really excited because I got results very quickly from twice daily. I could feel a massive shift in consciousness from doing all the physical health protocols, but this time I was doing meditation daily, 2 times 20 minutes. It was about half an hour actually, I was doing twice. And it was a massive shift in consciousness. The thing I was most excited about was I could feel my brain hemispheres getting rebalanced, which is something that's very true about TM. It seems to really rebalance the brain hemispheres and synchronize make the brain waves coherent, the alpha brain waves between the left and the right brain hemispheres. There's always an imbalance there, isn't it? That's one of the keys to the matrix, and as we grow from young to old, we get this imbalance here, and we spend our entire lives trying to recreate that baby state of perfect wholeness and centeredness. TM's a great way to do it. So within days of within the first session, I was getting profound results and feeling so much different, and I was so fucking happy. It was brilliant. It was great. I loved it. I just remember thinking, wow, my right brain, which is weaker, is just rebalancing the left, and I was starting to see better with my weaker left side of the body. I normally look through the right eye only because the left side of the body's damaged. My left eye, I squint. And I could feel myself opening up, and I was very excited and passionate. I was so passionate about it. In fact, I was so passionate that within 2 to 3 weeks of doing it daily and committing to it, I wrote a book. I mean, the book came out. I wrote a book. It's not a very long book, but my God, I was passionate, and I still am now. But I'll tell you about the bit I lost faith. But yeah, that book, like, it didn't take me long to write. I was very quickly into it, and it's a really good book too. It's one of my fucking favorite books I wrote. It's really I really got a lot of good information in that on the things I'm going to talk to you about, why it's so amazing, and now I understand it to be so amazing. But I did lose faith in it because what the meditation thing did was, as soon as I got back from the Isle of Wight, not only did I finish reading the book and get into TM, which I knew I was going to do, I was into meditation generally, and I thought, I need to do this Vipassana thing. So as soon as I got back from, literally within a couple of days of getting back from the Isle of Wight, finished the book, because of the Vipassana, to apply for a course, it's 3 months before that date. So if I want to go on a December course in Vipassana, if you want to go whichever Vipassana near you, it takes 3 months from the day the event starts. You have to apply 3 months before, exactly 3 months before. So a few days after Isle of Wight, I went back and did that. I applied for the Vipassana for November. So August, I came back. I remember the dates, August 11th. I came back from the Isle of Wight, and I applied for November the 13th. Vipassana. So within 2 or 3 days, I applied for Vipassana. I was obsessed not with TM. I thought I need to do the Vipassana meditation. You know what I'm like. I'm open-minded. I try everything. I never dismiss anything. That's why I come into urine therapy. It's why I come into aged urine. It's why I'm open-minded to everything you guys say. It's why I learn so much about energy work, healing, Reiki, everything. I'm open-minded to everything. I don't believe in dismissing nothing. That included my obsession with TM, and some people would less open-minded than me, less experimental, would be like, I'm into TM now, fuck Vipassana. No. I was like, okay, I need to do both. I need to try and test both, and let's see the power. So that came at a massive consequence, by the way, to my self-esteem and what I thought I knew, as I lost faith in TM, and I really got in a confused state, and I'm only just coming out of that state now, but then now I'm coming out in a much stronger person with much more awareness of actually the power of Transcendental meditation. Although, believe me guys, it's taken me a lot, and it's my version of suffering in duality. I'm not really suffering or depressed or anything. It's just I was confused as we go in circles, and I'm trying to figure shit out, and I want the results quickly. I want to understand the meaning of life quickly and what's the most powerful. So I've had to go through this learning curve so I can share this information with you on what is actually powerful, not even the most powerful, just what is the truth about these meditations, what they do, different things. So I'll tell you my version of what Vipassana does different to Transcendental meditation, and why, as the header says, which is kind of clickbait, but I will tell you, my opinion is from now, coming out of that cycle of not seeing clearly and seeing more clearly, I have a deep understanding that Transcendental meditation is actually one of the most powerful physical health protocols. Now, does that mean that it's a tough one. It's a physical. It's one of the most powerful physical health protocols, and it's just a meditation. I mean, other meditations like Vipassana are probably there, I believe, there to root out unconscious belief systems and really to achieve enlightenment. I really do believe in my heart, and I've tested out Vipassana. It's so fucking powerful. These kind of meditations really do get to the root cause of your problems. I don't think Transcendental meditation does, actually. That's my honest opinion on it, from my experience so far. It doesn't tackle the root cause and pull out unconscious blockages within your body. But then Vipassana isn't nearly as none of these meditations, in my opinion, are as powerful a physical health protocol as Transcendental meditation. So if you're into physical health more than emotional, spiritual, I think we should be in all of them. Do Transcendental meditation. Anyway, so going in circles here. This really might be a long one. Don't know if you guys are still with me. It's still on. Right, it was saying it might go off. Okay, so yeah, I applied within days to the Vipassana meditation retreat, and then 3 months, and I wrote the book very soon after getting into Transcendental meditation. That came out in October. Then a few weeks after October, I prepared myself for Vipassana, not knowing too much about it, but hearing it's powerful, keeping the body still, and maybe it's the Buddha's meditation. And during Vipassana, during my first Vipassana in November, I was so into TM that I didn't do the Vipassana properly because I didn't have faith at that point. Go get this. I didn't have faith in Vipassana the first time I did it in November, even though I was open-minded and wanted to try it. I was so obsessed with TM, and in my mind at the time, my naive mind, because I'm just experimenting, guys. I was just experimenting. I don't know what I know. Even now, I don't know loads of shit. Just a bit more confident in what I know from experience and time, not from reading books as much as my own experiences and feeling things out. And that's what I share, what I'm feeling out. So I didn't actually do during the 10-day Vipassana. I did Transcendental meditation pretty much every single day apart from a little bit on the last day. The reason why is because I wasn't invested in Vipassana. I didn't understand how powerful it was even during the 10-day course. It only clicked on like day 3 or 4 during Vipassana when I was watching the videos and listening to Gonke talk. Only then did it click, oh shit, this actually might be something I need to stop doing Transcendental meditation and start doing the Vipassana. But even then I thought, what I thought in my mind was I'll come back to do another Vipassana course, which I did, by the way. You guys who watch my Facebook, I did do another Vipassana course, didn't I? Like last month, well, 1 month and a half ago, during the coronavirus incident. So I did another Vipassana, this time properly. So I thought, okay, I'll just do TM on my first Vipassana course, even though I knew at the time, oh shit, the power of Vipassana is very real. But it caused me to lose faith in Transcendental meditation, listening. During the first Vipassana course, I lost a lot of faith in Transcendental meditation. A lot of faith. Because as I was listening to Gonke talk in as I was listening to Gonke talk, sorry, it keeps going low signal. As I was listening to Gonke talk at the end of the night, I was thinking, fuck, what am I done? I'm doing Transcendental meditation when it's not even that powerful. Because Gonke in Vipassana has a habit, and all dogmatic people, all leaders do, even probably myself and other you guys too. We tend to bash other therapies a lot, and Gonke did. Gonke said stuff like, during the Vipassana, and he's the founder of Vipassana meditation, you listen to him on the discourse, he was saying, Transcendental meditation doesn't fix the root cause of diseases. I actually agree with him now. I actually agree with what he says. He's right, but it caused me a lot of confusion at the time whilst I was doing Transcendental meditation for 10 hours a day. I was doing Transcendental meditation for 10 hours a fucking day. 10 hours, you do your Vipassana for 10 hours a day at 10 days. I was doing Transcendental meditation for 10 hours, 10 days, and it caused me a lot of confusion. Gonke was, and it made sense to me. Gonke was saying, yeah, it doesn't fix the root cause. And I was like, shit, what have I done? Oh, fuck, I should have done the Vipassana from the beginning. So it caused me to lose, coming out of that Vipassana course caused me to lose a lot of faith in Vipassana, Transcendental meditation, of which I'm only just off the back of that. And that was November. Only just now I'm starting to realize, come back finally to the power of Transcendental meditation. But like I said, not from the point of view that it fixes unconscious root things. I think very few things do. I don't even think fasting does, guys. I don't think any physical health protocols, really, fix unconscious root beliefs. I do think Vipassana does, and maybe there's other ways that I'm open-minded to, but I don't think most meditations do. I don't know. I'm still learning. But I'm sure that like nearly 100% Transcendental doesn't. However, what Transcendental definitely does do is very powerful. So, physical health protocol-wise, what it does, there's loads of things. What it does, one of the amazing things it does, is it really does increase your heart rate variability a lot. Because as soon as I start doing it, and it's a very simple thing to do, right? You just start repeating a word or a mantra. It doesn't have to be a mantra. You don't have to pay $150 to do it. Go to a course. You just think of any word, as long as it's not a rude word. Just think of any word, repeat it in your head silently, like a fucking madman. and just keep doing it in the background whilst your mind wanders, and that's fine too. We call it the lazy man's meditation, by the way, transcendental meditation. It's for lazy people because it's easy, but also don't mistake that for its fucking power, because it's one of the most powerful physical health protocols. Anyway, as soon as you start doing it, one of the things I notice is my heart slows down, but not just a little bit, a lot. Yeah, whatever level your heart is at, like if you think you've got a nice slow heartbeat, you've got a very good resting heartbeat rate, which is what you want, right? A good resting heartbeat. You also want good heart rate variability. So in times of stress it goes high, and in times of calm it goes low. So it's never really rhythmic. It's more like it can beat with the harmony of the stress and low stress. So you want that too. But at the same time, you want a good resting heartbeat. However, whatever state of lowness or highness your heart is at, as soon as you start doing your phrase, your mantra, whichever word you make up, I'd use the word one. It could be anything. It doesn't need to be the stupid ones that TM teachers give you. Ooh, I'm being a bit harsh there. I know they need to make money, so that's okay. And, you know, but I done it myself, and I know how to do it, and I wrote a book on it. It's fine. You can just do it your own way. So as soon as you start saying it, you'll notice your heartbeat slows down, not a little bit, a lot. It really does increase heart rate variability to a considerable amount. It really does slow the heart down for the duration that you do it. And it's crazy. From dot one, as soon as you start saying the word, have a look at this. Check in with this if you don't believe me. Try it for yourself. So here we go. You're just noticing your heartbeat, and then you, and you think, what's the rhythm of my heartbeat? Currently, I'm in resting state. Then repeat the word for like 10 seconds. From the first second, you'll notice your heart slow down. It goes, it's like it was up there, it was up low, right? It goes zoo, like a lot. It really does slow the heart down a considerable amount, like a lot. It's crazy. Crazy how powerful it is. That's just one thing about it. That's one thing that's super deep, by the way. Another super deep point of it, we know from science, because actually transcendental meditation has a lot of science on it, which is one of the reasons why we know it's one of the most powerful physical health protocols, plus my experience of it too. One of the things it does is it lowers the rate of metabolism a lot. So when you sleep, your metabolic rate, which is just a fancy way of saying your rate which you consume oxygen, is lowered. Right? At the rate which you consume oxygen, your metabolic rate will determine how long you live. If you have a high resting metabolic rate, you're unhealthy. If you have a low resting, if you're using less oxygen, resting, you will live a longer life. You're using less energy. By the way, that's what fasting does too. Fasting gives you a lower metabolic rate. Intermittent fasting and longer fasting, it lowers the rate which you consume oxygen. If you consume a lot of oxygen, you overbreathe, you're an unhealthy person, right? So, during sleep, we all, our metabolic rate goes down because our body doesn't requires less oxygen. You're lying horizontally, you're relaxed, you're calm, and it goes down. The science shows that it kind of starts at, say your base is 0% whilst awake, your metabolic rate lowers to a peak during deeper sleep of 8%. So it goes from, first hour of sleep, 1-2% lower metabolic rate than normal rate of consumption of oxygen, then it goes up, and then by deep into sleep, 4 or 5 hours in, it goes to 8%. Now that's significant, because that lower metabolic rate lowers your rate of consumption of oxygen, and that's one reason why sleep is really important for your health, the yin-yang cycle. It makes you live longer too, right? So you live longer, the lower you can get and that's why sleep is such a powerful thing. You require less oxygen, your body's requiring less, same way that when you fast, you're not doing anything, so now your body has more energy to do other things. Now you're using less oxygen. When you lose less oxygen, you live longer. When you breathe less, use less oxygen, you live longer. Well, when we get good sleep, during the deepest part of sleep, deepest portion, our metabolic rate goes from 0 to 8%. And then as we wake up, it goes back from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 to 0% metabolic rate, which is then we're awake, right? 8% is pretty good. But transcendental meditation is pretty fucking powerful, guys. From like the second or third minute, science shows, and I'll tell you why I know this is true from my own experience too. From the third minute, your metabolic rate drops from 0 to like 12 to 20%. Ooh. From 3 minutes in, yeah, your metabolic rate drops from 0 to 12 to 20. So that's already more than the metabolic rate maximum from the deepest part of sleep. Which is 8%. And it goes from 12 to 20, yeah, within 3 minutes. And we can see on the graphs, they measure this. This is not something I'm making up. This is science, the studies. On everyone, it works on everybody the same. And it kind of stays at that level for the duration of the 20 minutes. Because we say in TM you do 20-minute session, right? So you do 20-minute session. So from you start 0, 1, 2. By the 3rd minute to the 20th minute, you carry on doing it. You get a 12 to 20% steadying out leveling metabolic rate. That is hugely significant for rest. That is called deep rest. What Emily Fletcher calls, when she says transcendental meditation is another state of consciousness, like the 4th state of consciousness, deep rest, that is what she means. That is what people that promote TM mean. It's a very profound state of deep fucking rest. That's what it is. Deeper than sleep. That's what Emily Fletcher says. She's very fucking right. It is. Because it lowers the metabolic rate within the 3rd minute to the 20th for the long duration of it. Lower than sleep. You're now going, your body is deeper place than sleep. What happens when you send your body into a deeper place than sleep? You heal quicker than just someone who's sleeping and not doing transcendental meditation, right? I also think, by the way, that fasting lowers metabolic rate probably more than sleep too. It's very similar to fasting. Now here's how I know this is from my experience too. You know, when you fast for a long period of time, you've not eaten any food sometimes. Quite often the case when we're not eating food for a long time and we're fasting, we get a little bit cold, don't we? Food, even cooked food or raw food, tends to warm. Cooked food more, but food generally warms the body up, it raises the metabolic rate, which is okay, raises, right? And we're warm inside our body, it generates heat. Now when we fast for a long time, we get a little shivery and cold at times, and it's okay, we put on a blanket and stuff. Well, whenever I do transcendental meditation, I've read the books too, so I know it's not just me that's having this. Whenever I do transcendental meditation, I get cold. I get fucking cold. What's going on there? Well, that's the major drop in metabolic rate, which is a good thing, much like fasting. So as powerful, by the way, as fasting is to drop your metabolic rate, I also think transcendental meditation is equally as, get this, I think transcendental meditation is equally as powerful as fasting for lowering your metabolic rate. How do I know? Because they both make me cold and shiver when I do them. Yeah. They lower the metabolic, fasting metabolic lowers the metabolic rate majorly, you get cold. So do you do when you transcendental meditation. Oh, and that's with eating food. I'm still eating food. I'm not fasting. Doing transcendental meditation, I get cold and shivery. By the way, you get cold and shivery sometimes too when the melatonin rises when you sleep. That's another thing. Maybe melatonin is the factor in lowering metabolic rate for sleep. Up the 8% that it does from 0 to 8%. I think melatonin might be responsible for that one. Because melatonin definitely makes you cold and shivery too. But it's fucking amazing. Like, it's so powerful to lower metabolic. If you want to live longer, I said this before and I lost the faith and now I understand it. You do actually want to live longer. There's loads of things you can do for your health. Therapy is one of the most powerful things for to live longer. One of the focus areas to live longer is to lower your metabolic rate. The rate at which you consume oxygen. How to do that? Well, get good sleep, yes. Leave that for the masses, though. That's a basic thing we should be way past. Fasting, yes. That lowers the metabolic rate. You feel cold. You want to conserve energy. You will live longer. The less you eat, the longer you live. Benjamin Franklin. What was that quote? I can't even remember the quote now. There's a quite famous Benjamin Franklin quote. The less you eat, the longer you live. Something like that. Yeah. And another one that lowers the metabolic rate majorly, up there with fasting, maybe even more powerful, is transcendental meditation. And it will make you live longer if you do it. I mean, there's loads of theoretical health therapies that will make you live longer, but this one's a great one to do. It's a lazy man's meditation and twice daily. My faith in it is completely restored. I think it's very powerful. I'm glad I wrote a book on it. I've gone through phases when I thought, fuck, what have I done? I've written a book on transcendental meditation. And it doesn't even remove unconscious beliefs. Now I understand it's not about unconscious belief programming. I'll leave that for another thing. I'll focus on Vipassana and other things to remove the programming of my childhood traumas and shit, psychedelics, all these kind of things, hero doses, psychedelics. We'll get there with that stuff. But I do have a full understanding of the absolute power of the lazy man's meditation called transcendental meditation. You should always add this to your arsenal. I do a lot of things in my day for my health. But I'm going to commit to, and I've been messing about with times on it, but I'm going to get back to doing it a lot more. And this powerful physical, with the understanding that it's a very powerful physical health protocol. I'm into physical health. I care about my physical health. And it will, and also another thing too, I'm going to test out, is I do believe it's really doing a lot. I made a video on this, I'm not sure though, I believe it's doing a lot for my colon health, which I need to go back to experimenting with, Yeah, I need to go back to the experiment with my colon health. Transcendental meditation for colon health makes sense in a way because if you lower the metabolic rate of consumption of oxygen, if you provide your body with deep fucking rest from that meditation for 20 minutes daily, for the rest of the day, you're majorly upgrading every single organ of your body, right? Deep rest for my brain, deep rest for my heart. Oh my god, does it rest the heart? Just told you earlier. It just completely lowers the beating, resting heart rate such a significant amount. I mean, transcendental meditation. Oh, another thing, transcendental meditation. Science shows, like it lowers cortisol levels like 20 to 30% below, in very quickly. Like it removes such deep levels of stress. If you're in a really stressed out state, like there's things you can do instantly. There's loads of things you can do instantly that'll change it, but that one is massive. It would reduce so much stress. I wish I knew about this when I was going through the toughest days of my life. Like I wish I knew about transcendental and how easy it is to do. But that's one great one. Oh, another thing great about it, it majorly amplifies your serotonin levels and dopamine levels. Majorly. Again, science study. Oh my god, so quickly. Oh, another thing. Try doing it if you already do it, or if you're experimenting with it, try doing it whilst keeping still. Don't move your body at all whilst you're doing it. Even though people like Emily Fletcher say it's okay to move your body, hey, we know the power of stillness, right? If you don't, try out Vipassana and try keeping the body still during any meditation. It'll amplify for 20 minutes. Whatever, or the longer the better. You keep your body still whilst doing a 20-minute session of TM or longer. Wow. You will feel like the serotonin dopamine majorly kick and vibrate in your body. You'll feel something very powerful energies running through your body if you do transcendental meditation, keeping still. There's the hack. There's the one that's really powerful to add on to transcendental. Keep absolutely still. Don't move a fucking muscle for the 20 minutes you commit to doing it. Yeah, and you'll get way more out of a already powerful physical health body. You'll feel vibrations and serotonin, dopamine, like boom, 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 boom in your body. It's a crazy nice high. We love duality, right? So that's good too. Transcendental meditation produces alpha waves in the brain. You know, the flow state? It definitely does. Oh, one of my favorite benefits. It really does rebalance the brain hemispheres so nicely. It brings back memories to my body. Memories of things that I forgot, like from childhood. You know, those first time memories? It brings them back, and I start remembering things that I need to do in the day. I've got so many things I do in a day, and when I'm not on peak, I forget them, but I go back to peak from transcendental meditation. It brings back my memory systems of all the things that my higher self comes back into gear. Like, oh shit, now I need to do this. It really does relive my brain. It's very powerful. Yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. I definitely recommend you try it for yourself. Read my book. Read Emily Fletcher's book. Try it for yourself. You don't even need to read books. Just repeat a word and say it, and don't worry about how you're doing it. When I first got into it, I was like, am I doing it right? You'll know you're doing it right because your heartbeat will slow down. You'll feel colder. You will feel alive. Do it while sitting still. Repeat the word like a crazy person. Even let your mind wander. And when your mind wanders, go back to the phrase. Repeat it as a background program in your mind. The one word, which by the way I told you earlier, it doesn't really matter what word you use. I use the word one. As long as you're not saying something like fuck, which has a deep negative connotation to it, it really doesn't matter the word. Look, I can say the word watching. Nick Becker's watching. There we go. I can say that. I can say anything. I can say any word, and it doesn't really matter, right? That's the thing, and that's what they don't want you to know about it. Do I think it tackles with unconscious beliefs? No, I don't. Do I think it's one of the most powerful physical health protocols? Do I know it is? Yes, I do. I've tried a lot of things. And Jerry, by the way, I've tried, seen your comment here. Definitely, my cosmic orbit meditation is so fun to do. There's so many fun things. By the way, with TM, you can do it while sun gazing. You can do it with eyes open too. You can do it anywhere. You can do. It's not only lazy man's meditation. It's also busy man's meditation. So you can do it on a train, on a bus, distractions all around you. You can still say the word, right? You don't have to concentrate on breath. Like it's not like when people are like being noisy around you in a busy environment. You know, you can just do it anywhere. It's fucking brilliant. It's super powerful, and I super love it, and I'm so glad I went through like a dip, not depression, but a low in terms of not understanding what it was, and having to go through the Vipassana versus TM, and I'll probably have that with many more meditations in the future as I experiment, because I never shy away from experiments, and that awkwardness of feeling confident in something, and then not being confident in it, because I don't know the truth about something, and I'm probably wrong. I'm not wrong, but you're not perfect at what I'm saying now. All I can ever know is my experience, but I do love it, and I certainly do appreciate you guys watching, and I really do hope that you do some kind of meditation during the day, whether it's microcosmic orb meditation, whether it's a visualization, whether that's Vipassana. Oh, I fucking love Vipassana, very powerful. Whether that's body scan meditation, whether that's yoga meditation, being present during yoga, being mindful during the day is another powerful meditation, right? Being mindful of your body, using your five senses. What am I seeing right now? What am I feeling right now? I'm sitting on a sofa. Am I aware of my body in space? And all these kind of things. There's so many meditations out there. It's a beautiful process, meditation. It's great to dissolve the ego over time, to be present to the moment. I think that's the key with them. But this one is a very powerful physical health protocol. And yes, I do believe it will make you live longer. More than most. More than most. It's crazy powerful to commit to. And that's all really I wanted to say. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you very much. I hope you do some TM. If you've got any questions, message me. And away we go. Peace.